Hey guys, this is Mr. H. Hey, I am going to do a couple of solving equations, some two-step equations, some three-step equations, some equations that have distributions, and I'm going to do it the traditional way. That is the inverse operation or the opposite operations way. And then I'm going to do some videos using boxes and circles and just show you how similar they are. All right, so very first thing you see here is I have 89 equals AC plus 25. So all I'm going to do is I want to get the AC by itself. So I'm going to move this 25 to the other side. And the way that I do that is I use the inverse operation. So if this is a plus 25, I am going to subtract 25 from both sides. And these are going to cancel out. That's actually why I did it. And then I'm going to have 89 minus 25, which is going to be 64. And then, so I have 64 equals 8C, and that's 8 times C. So the opposite of multiplying is dividing. So I'm going to divide both sides by 8. And so 64 divided by 8 is 8, and 8 divided by 8 is going to be 1C. And now I have C by itself. That is my answer. That's what I'm going to put in here. Let's see. That's 8. Submit it. Says wonderful job. Okay, I'm going to do another one. So let's go to the next section. There's a question there. Let me clear the pad while I'm doing this. And let's rewrite this. So this is 79 equals 55A plus 9. So again, I want to get the variable A by itself. And since there's a 9 on this side, I'm going to move that plus 9 to the other side. And again, I'm going to do the inverse operation. So I'm going to subtract 9. And then I'm going to come over here, and I also have to subtract 9. So on the left-hand side of the equation is going to be 79 minus 9, which is 70, equals. And then this 9s are going to cancel out. I'm going to be left with 5A. Now, 5 times A, the opposite of multiplying by 5 is dividing by 5. So I've got to do that to both sides. So I'm going to have 1A equals 70 divided by 5 is 16, I believe. Is that right? Or is it 14? It's 14, sorry. So this is going to be 14. So it says 14, submit it. And it says, very nice, even though I struggled a little bit with that. All right. Now I am going to do one of the three-step equations, and I want to show you that as well. Let me clear my iPad. So this one, it has equations and constants on both sides. So we're going to have to do a few more steps. So let me write this. This is going to be a negative 4x plus 10 equals a negative 2x minus 6. All right, so I want the x's on one side, I want the constants on the other side, and then I'm going to get x all by itself. And I'm going to start by moving the minus 2x to the other side. So I'm going to do the opposite of a negative 2x. I'm going to be a positive 2x. And so I got to put a positive 2x here. All right, so if I write this out, this is going to be a negative 4 plus 2, so it's going to be a negative 2x. Bring down the plus 10 equals, these are going to cancel. That's why I did it. And then I'm going to have minus 6 here. And now I want to move the plus 10 to the other side. So remember, I got to do the opposite. So I'm going to do minus 10. And then that means I have to subtract 10 here. Now, these are going to cancel on the left-hand side. We're going to have a negative 2x. And this is going to be a negative 6. And we're going to go 10 to the left. So if we were doing this on the number line, this would be a negative 6. And then we're going to go 10 to the left. Let me see if I can move this over. So this is going to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. And then the 10th would be a negative 16. So that is our answer, right? And then you divide both sides by a negative 2 to get rid of that negative 2 on the left-hand side. So this is going to be 1x. And negative 16 divided by negative 2 is going to be a positive 8. And so I put an 8 here and I submit it, and it says, wonderful job. All right. Let me see. I'm going to do one more question from this section. And then I'm going to post this. Let's see here. So this one, again, it has variables on both sides. So I got negative 6x minus 4 equals a negative 10x minus 16. I'm going to move this negative 10x to the other side by doing the opposite. So I'm going to put in positive 10x. And this is going to be a negative 6 plus 10. So you start at a negative 6 and go 10 to the right. You're going to wind up at 4x. So and I'm going to have this 4 here. And then these cancel out. And so this is going to be minus 16. So now I'm going to move this minus 4 to the other side by adding 4 to both sides. These are going to cancel. I'm going to have 4x. And this is going to be a negative 16 plus 4. So this is going to be a negative 12. Then the last thing I'm going to do is divide both sides by 4. So that's going to leave me with 1x here. And then a negative 12 divided by 4 is going to be a negative 3. So put my answer in, submit it, and it says wonderful job. All right, so I'm going to stop and post this, but this is the traditional way that you would solve these equations. Now I'm going to do the same questions or very similar questions using boxes and circles, and I'm going to show you that they're very similar. All right, so I'm going to stop and post this.